Network.
We are Pat and JT.
That scared me.
Did it scare you? Sorry.
I didn't hear anything until the end of the last syllable.
Oh, really?
It was even I'm like, oh my God, there
we are. Thank you guys for watching us on YouTube and Facebook. We appreciate it every Friday. And John Carroll is with us again.
Look who's back.
Hello.
How you doing? Hey, you got your microphone on, or are you still? Where's
Nope.
your
Can
fancy
you hear me?
microphone? Is
Can
your
you hear
fancy
me?
microphone there?
Yeah, it should be. Is it?
I can hear you, but it doesn't sound like you're on it.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go back. It was that one. Let's see if it switched.
And we just went through like 15 minutes of
Tech talk.
And
anybody that's actually a tech person would just go crazy listening to us tech talk.
Just so not tech.
Is that better? Is that better?
A little bit better, I think.
A little bit. It does. Doesn't it sound like it's his computer microphone and not his?
I don't know. I can't. It's hard for me to tell, kind of, but that's okay. It sounds all right.
That's okay.
Let me move it closer.
That safety orange looks good on you, dude.
Thank you. This goes along with my lead story today.
Your lead story. Oh my God! Everybody, sit back. Here we go. I'm afraid Pat just froze up. He looks like he's sleeping.
Oh man.
Maybe.
Okay.
Did
there's a reason, and we'll talk about that. Yeah, you did. You froze up, and your eyes were shut.
Oh.
You looked very restful.
No, I think I just fell asleep.
He's in a carb coma.
We'll talk about that. But yeah, go right ahead. What's your lead story, John?
So Saturday, we had a little get together, and our friend Mark Sanford, he goes by Sharky. He does a lot of Billy Joel type music, and so we decided to just do a little backyard impromptu get together and play music, and we did, told people bring like a little picnic, and then we'd go into the evening or whatever. And so a friend of mine, Christina, has a daughter named Maddie, and Maddie is 12 years old. And she just recently won a huge award through Inclusive Communities. It was the Good Trouble Award, named after John Lewis. And she was the youngest award recipient in the 84 history of Inclusive Communities. And so she came out. And so she's a little buddy of Chad and I's. And she's really amazing, a little social justice feminist warrior. And she also has CP, cerebral palsy. And so we always like to dance together. But the last few times that we've danced, it's just ended in an epic event of some sort. And so Saturday we were dancing and twirling. And so I was dipping her on the right, and then I dipped her on the left, and she lost her balance. I lost my balance, and I was trying to hold her so she would not like fall on the ground. And I felt the biggest pop in the back of my left leg. Like the last time I felt a pop like that, I tore my Achilles.
What were you doing the last time you felt that pop?
I was running a 10K in Lincoln.
So we've gone from running a 10K to dancing a jig.
Dancing
a jig and tearing my hamstring. So and I still ended up dropping her, and then I'm like hopping. I go and I get away from her because I don't want her to see like how much pain I'm in. And I'm over at the table, and I literally almost passed out. I was in so much pain, and then I thought I was going to vomit. And so then I'm like, I have to go in the house. I got to get I need ice, cool down. And so then it was like a 2-hour ordeal where I mean, all the way down to my ankle. It was
Did
it
you
was
go
bad.
into the hospital, or you just
I was like self-doing it. And so today I was downstairs getting coffee. And, normally by the time I get down there, I either have my pajama bottoms on or pants. So I was, in my skivvies, and Chad's he's like, holy cow, dude, have you seen the back of your leg? And I was like, no. And I've been gimpy all week long, and it's been sore, and even sitting in a chair with the edge of the chair.
Can I just say, to be fair, most of us haven't seen the back of our leg in a long time.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So
oh my God.
Jeez.
That's the back of my leg.
Looks like somebody slugged you.
I know it looked like. So I got maddied. That's the thing now. If you get hurt dancing, you got maddied. Yeah. So I am sure I probably should have gone somewhere to have it. So
Like,
So
can you
far,
walk?
though, I mean,
Is it hard
I
to
can
walk?
walk, but I definitely have a hitch. Like my leg kind of swings around to like
Yeah.
instead of swinging my foot through, I'm swinging it
Yeah.
So
around.
now,
So
was this? You said this was a week ago.
Saturday, so it was less than a week ago. Saturday
6
night,
days,
yeah, 6 days ago.
not
Yeah,
7. Okay.
yeah, right. Yeah, 6, not 7. Yeah.
So it should be fine tomorrow.
Yeah, but my whole left leg is like swollen. I noticed that last night, and I think it's sitting in chairs and stuff. And so last night I was like, "Oh, cow! Look at my like front part of my leg, lower part of me. Yeah, it's all." So I just have like a history of dumb stuff like this, and usually alcohol is involved. And,
See, now that goes against all of the everything they say. Usually the person who's been drinking doesn't get hurt, right? When something happens because they're a little looser and they just kind of like, and you hear about that a lot. Obviously, that's not working for you.
I think that's when something happens to them, not when they do it to themselves. Like if
Is that
they're in
what
a
it
car
is?
accident, but if
Is
you're
that a
dancing,
difference without a distinction, or what is
moving
that?
too quick. Yeah. No, so John, shouldn't you like go sooner than later? Because if your muscle's like super ripped, you may have that hitch you're like for a long time.
yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm gonna kind of see how the weekend goes, and then if it's not like better, because I mean, there's really not, I think, a lot they can do anyway when it's like swollen. So I put a bunch of ice and stuff on it and did all of that and did the Theragun to try to kind of loosen some stuff up. And those Theraguns are amazing.
Wow, my
My
God.
friend has
Dude.
one. So
did Chad say, dude, you didn't have to do all this to get out of work, or?
right. Well, and then this morning I was still like, we were tagging goats and treating goats, and we have to catch one. And it was funny because it got by me because I literally could not bend down to grab it. And there was like a split second you could see on his face. He wanted to go, dude, like, how can, and then he was like, oh, wait, okay, no, you like, okay. Yeah. And I was like,
Pretty soon it's going to be, dude, go to the house.
No. Like, don't go there. Like, no. Do I need to turn around and show you my leg? But the last, I mean, like, I have like this horrible history. I mean, like, I should know not to like do these things, but because I mean, I had like if you look, this is as far as my right wrist bends. So here's my left wrist, and it bends like normal. This is as much as my right wrist, and this is after 2 surgeries. So if I have them like both like this, there you go. That's as far as it bends. That's as far down as it goes.
What'd you do to it?
This is like good. This is the good version of it because I've had 2 surgeries on it. So in my late 20s, I used to work out, do a lot of plyometrics, and I used to like jump on boxes, and I had a pretty good vertical. So when I would get drunk, I'd be like, I would just jump on things.
It's a party trick.
Yeah. So so we were out. It was in West Hollywood. I had my cowboy boots on, and it was kind of slick out that night. And I was out with my best friend, and there was like a wall. And so I jump up on the wall, and I realize I get up on the wall, but I'm going to like fall. And so for whatever reason, I decided I'm going to do a handspring backwards off of it to like fall. And soon as I land and, to protect my head, as soon as I land, like literally just crunch, and I get up, and my wrist is basically bent here.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Okay, wait. Was this something? I mean, is this something you'd done before when you were sober?
Yeah, like I could do a back handspring, and
So it was something. Okay, that's because I'm just like that's not even an option in my head. That wouldn't even be an option.
It was in mine. So I get up, and I'm like
off a wall and drinking.
I'm like, dude. And I'm laughing. I'm like, look, I broke my arm. It's broken. And I'm flopping it around because the pain is not hit yet because I am like a pitcher deep in kick-ass margaritas from Merrick's. And so, but then like within like 2 or 3 minutes, like the pain pushed the margaritas out of the way. And it was like, hey, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh, we have to go to the hospital. So then we drive to this small little hospital. It was right off of Olympic and I think Olympic and Fairfax. And it's just a small little hospital. And so I go in there, and so they take me, to go get an x-ray. It's the last thing I remember because they gave me a shot for pain. So I'm literally hammered on margaritas, and I don't know if they gave me Demerol or morphine or whatever it was. So it kicks in when I'm in the x-ray room, and I have no memory of anything. The next thing I remember is waking up on my best friend's couch, shirtless, and my shirt is all wadded up, and it's got this yellow stuff like all over it. And I'm like, and then I've got a soft cast on, and I'm just like trying to like put the pieces together, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I broke my way into the hospital. I'm like, what is this yellow stuff? Like, why do I have no shirt on? And he's like, you don't remember? And I was like, no. And he goes, well, they gave you that shot, and then they took you down to the x-ray room, and it kicked in, and you projectile vomited all over everyone and the x-ray room and yourself.
Oh my gosh.
And they put the cast on you and kicked your ass out of the
I bet they did.
You bet they did.
And sent me home, and he goes, and trying to get you home like full of morphine and margaritas, he goes, it was a thing.
What a show.
And finally,
what a show.
And then he goes, I had to keep checking on you to make sure you were breathing. Like, it's like a whole 9 yards. Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So I was definitely one of those patients that the hospital staff like talk about and hate on a Saturday night.
You're probably on somebody's TikTok.
Yeah. Oh
One
yeah.
of those medical stories, right?
Yeah. Right up there with messy buns.
I laugh when there's a couple of them that I follow that do those, that are either ER docs, nurses, stuff like that, and they do their little TikToks talking about stories about things that they've seen. I'm like, that's
Oh my gosh. I mean,
I can't even imagine. Pat fell asleep again, just saying.
he did. He's
What?
yeah.
What's
No,
the
you
name
know,
of the little nurse?
you hear those medical stories, and
Yeah.
and you always hear like, oh my gosh, and then you wonder, is it a friend of a friend? And now it's like an urban legend, and it's like changed. I have one, and it was first person in the military. A young man had come in through the ED and went up to the desk. Hand to God, all of this is true. Went up to the desk and was talking to the admit person, and the admit person, relays it later because the person ended up on my floor that I worked on down the road, and so comes and all she can hear is.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Oh my God.
And so this young man says that he had gotten out of the shower and that his girlfriend had left an adult toy on the chair. And when he sat down on the chair, it went up the pipe, and they tried to get it out. And couldn't get it out, and that it was up there. So they admit him, and they go in the ER. They actually knock him out and actually try to go up in there to get it, but they can't get it. So they have to take him to surgery and open him up. And the nurses from the OR said that when the doctor opened up and said, well, we can do two things. We can either take it out or change the batteries. So they take it out, and what they did is they literally just squeezed his intestines and popped it out the back end, and then had to close them up. So dude ends up with a scar that's like this big, because this is before laparoscopic surgery. This is 1987, 1988. Like 88, 89. But the sad part was, and they ended up, I can't remember why they didn't put him on the male med surge. He ended up on the woman's med surge. I don't know if it was just a bed available, but it was like a parade of people. This is way before HIPAA. It was like a parade of people. Like he was like some 5-legged tiger sitting in the zoo cage. And it was like, finally they had to like station somebody to say, why are you on this floor? Like, and because it was stressing this poor kid out. And
he thinks that was stressing him out.
Yeah.
Could
but
be a
for
lot
the
worse.
rest of his life, he's going to have that scar. And like, if anybody says, oh, how'd you get that scar? It's like, oh.
Appendectomy.
And but 100%, yeah. Appendectomy, right?
Probably not.
I have a very strange appendix. It's in the middle of my stomach. It's not on the right. So
a bad doctor.
No,
a bad
I guess
doctor.
Really, yeah. I guess he could come up with I got stabbed.
Right.
So I have to wonder, is what kind of bill he got for that?
None, because it's military, so you didn't have to pay for any of it.
What would it? Okay, so something like that.
Oh,
Would it
in real
cost-
life? Oh,
Oh
well,
my
probably in the 80s it wouldn't look, but in today's dollar, to have an open laparotomy with like that, and then and now they do it so much outpatient, but they probably keep them at least a day. You're probably looking at a $20,000, $25,000, surgery, if not more. Because it's an open procedure, anesthesia, add all that stuff up. Yeah.
Code that in the system. What would the code be for that?
Foreign object.
I'm
in
sure
the
that I want to see that whole everything that's listed under foreign object. I just want to go through the file. I just want to go through the whole file.
Jack, all the names. I just want to see the stories.
Right. Yeah. Well, remember on Saturday Night Live, did you ever see when oh gosh, what's her name? Kate McKinnon would play the character, the three of them, and Ryan Gosling was like did the very first one where they were abducted and everything. They were like, "Oh, it was great, and it was beautiful music, and they were so nice." And she's like, she's smoking a cigarette.
That wasn't my experience.
That wasn't my experience. That's pretty much what this kid is. Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh,
but he literally, the story was that he had gotten out of the shower, sat on the recliner, and it was just freak accident, just popped right in there. And
I don't know how that's obviously not accurate.
And that's what you hear on those ghost kind of stories all the time. I slipped and fell, and it was on the floor, or I
the light bulbs just slipped in there.
Yeah.
Your body's built to close that back door pretty quick. Like it's funny, like when you walk upstairs, somebody like pokes you in the butt, like instantly you couldn't push a BB up through there.
Right?
Like, no, like I mean, it's under pressure, and you got the two sphincters. Like it's a whole trap door. Once you get in there, it's like gotcha.
There's not gonna be like a surprise, right? It's like, well, how did that happen?
That's right.
No.
Yeah.
No, sorry. Oh my God. Hey, I was going to bring up real quick. And first off, I wanted to say hello to the girls, Kathy, Jillian, anybody else out there. One said, literally the best way to start a day. Thank you, Kathy. And Jillian says, I could give 2 farts if my nurse, who is trained to keep me alive, has a messy bun.
Right. I think messy buns are sexy. So hey,
Hey, yeah. But there's another one in here, and we talked about this and we hadn't addressed it. And I think it was Christina who was talking about the burning ham.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember that?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Christina, she said, I used to sing Paint Me a Burning Ham for Tracy Lawrence song, Paint Me a Birmingham.
Yes.
And so you painted her a Birmingham.
Yeah. So what happened is I said, hey, I've got to paint that. And she said, oh, please do. And so as soon as we ended the podcast, I went and straight and did it. So I just need to find out how to get her, and I'll put it in a little frame and send it to her.
That's super cool.
So I went and listened to the song a few times.
Oh yeah.
And it, it is Paint Me a Birmingham. And I could see how you would hear a burning ham, but it talks about a girl on a swing and a house on a hill and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So
look it up here. Wait till you see this, guys. Look at that. Christina's there. She just said, what?
I painted her a burning ham. Well, the beautiful sunset and everything.
Look at that.
There's a girl on a swing.
Yes.
Except I realized it's out of proportion. She's like 30 feet up in the air with her swing. I'm not sure exactly. She looks like she's about to land in the burning ham if she gets sprung off of that swing.
Maybe her ladder fell down.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do, is actually go paint a ladder on it. So then people like, how did she actually get in that swing? So I will, if Christina sends you her information, I will send this to her.
She just sent you an applause, several clapping hands.
Awesome. I'll sign it, and then I'll put it in a little frame, and I'll send it to her.
There you go.
Yep.
That's how that's done. Nicely done, John. Nice.
Birmingham. A burning ham. And it was sitting in here, and my family and everybody's like, what is this?
What are you painting? Like,
so then I explained it to them, and they're like, this is really actually cool. Like I would
honestly, you might be able to start.
Like it.
you might start like a series
Yeah.
of some of these because like we had the one in here that said
God, here
always,
we go.
okay. One Jillian said she always called the church pastor the pasture, like a pasture, like where the horses
The
are,
church pasture.
right? And then the chest of drawers, Chester drawers,
Yeah.
right? You might be able to do a whole series of these.
Yeah. You'll have to like text me and tell me some of the series so I can kind of think about it.
And don't forget, you need to do a Riverview mirror.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a fun one. That would be easy. I have an idea right away.
Yeah, Christina's going to message us with the info so you can get in touch with her.
Awesome.
So, good deal.
Great.
Good deal. So I got to ask Pat, you look a little puffy.
I am puffy.
Yeah.
I'm like a tick.
And you're really, it's like really kind of quiet. You're not moving a lot.
Yeah. And he's a little green around the gills.
What's up, dude? Oh, he just froze on us again.
Did I?
Yeah.
Am I froze? Can you hear me?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm back. I just actually fell asleep again.
What was the name of the character, Pat, that always fell asleep?
That was one of the Wiggles.
Yeah. What was it? Which one of the
Wake up,
Wiggles?
Jeff.
Wake up, Jeff. Yeah.
Jeff had narcolepsy, but they still let him drive the big red car. Go figure that one. So yeah, well, last night at Hale Varsity Club, we had like an eating competition between some employees up here, one from each division of the company, and I was graciously selected from the media side, and it's the big, huge Nebraska charcuterie, which is an enormous pretzel that's about 18 inches around, and it's got 3 holes, and each hole is filled with an appetizer.
Oh my gosh.
You got to explain, Pat. Each of the appetizers are deep fried.
They are. Each of them are deep fried, and it was a last minute decision that we were going through which 3 appetizers we were going to have. And then Meg's like, wait a second, I think we just need to combine all 5 of them and put each of the combo in each. So we had a little bit of everything: fried green beans, we had cheese curds, we had corn nugget things, and I don't even remember the other one. An onion, like a kind of like a blooming onion thing, but like
they're the onion petals.
So good. And then
she said she wanted to keep it fair for everybody, so everybody had the same stuff to eat.
Yep, we did, and it's awesome. It's so good, and it was the first 10-12 minutes.
Uh-oh.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Back. I'm sure.
There we go. I'm back.
Oh my God, he's back.
There you go.
He's not moving yet.
I ate like maybe a third of the pretzel, and then I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it, and I went and sat down. My family was there, and about 15-20 minutes later, the bread just kept getting bigger and bigger in my stomach. I'm like, I gotta go. And
did you start with the bread?
I started with the appies.
You ate all the appies first, and then went to the bread.
Yep.
Did you end up giving it all back?
No, I didn't.
Did you wash it down with some Lipitor?
I did have some Tums chasers when I got home.
That's not the same thing.
Oh
my God! Do you remember JT the Tums chaser, the Dodge Street? Oh my God!
Okay,
hat is the color.
Hold on 1 second. Save that thought, Pat.
No, I just haven't eaten anything. I woke up this morning and had 2 Tums, and it's just I'm full. I feel like I just ate lunch.
Okay, so. Oh my God! So you're definitely going to be using the downstairs bathroom for a while, right?
Dude, I feel for you.
It was fantastic. It was delightful. It was delicious. It's just more fried food than I've eaten in a very long time, all at one time.
The charcuterie is meant for like what, 4 people?
Multiple human.
Yes. Oh my God. No. Okay, John. Let's talk about your Tums chaser just for a second.
Oh my gosh, yes, because I mean, literally, my stomach is hurting just even like talking about what he's going through. So many years ago, actually probably not all that long time ago, but I was going to go over to JT's house and kind of late afternoon to go hang out by the pool. But before that, a neighbor down the road said, do you want to go, to Buck's? Out on Center Street, and said they have the most amazing chicken fried steak. And my dad loved chicken fried steak. And so I was like, and I like it too, but it'd been forever since I had it. So I go over there to have their famous chicken fried steak. And so what had happened though is the night before I had heartburn, and I had taken a lot of Tums. I like a lot of them, and I didn't keep track of how many I'd eaten. Then I ate this chicken fried steak, and it was, for whatever reason, it was just super, super greasy. And I got about halfway through it, and I was like, I just can't eat anymore because my stomach was not feeling good, and I was queasy, probably just like how Pat was feeling. So I get my car, and so I'm at Buck, so I'm coming around 275, and so I'm going to go hit Dodge Street, and I'm on the phone with JT, literally on the phone, and I tell where I'm coming from on my way over, and then literally as I'm talking to her, I'm like, oh my god, like I have to go to the bathroom, and then I'm driving some more, and I'm like maybe 240th or so of Dodge, whatever, and I'm talking to her, and then it's like becomes like this like emergency, and I'm like, oh my god, JT, I'm about to crap my pants. I'm like, I have to pull over. And so I literally, I said, I'll call you back. And I hang up and I immediately get off on the shoulder and I book down the hill, and there's tall grass. And I'm thinking I'm totally camouflaged, and I barely get my shorts down. And this color is shooting out of my ass like 4 feet. Like,
and flames. Don't forget the flames.
I mean, and I'm just like literally just sitting there like, oh my gosh, yeah. And just ass up in the air, profile to Dodge, like just like going. And I'm just like, and finally it all, it's done, and I'm there, and then I'm like, oh god. And so I take my underwear, take it off, I use that to clean up, and I'm like, pull my shorts up, I'll wash up when I get to JT's house. So I climb back up the hill. I am thinking the entire time that nobody can see me, but I've got that dyslexia thing, and it's backwards. So every car that drove by, because I turned to look backwards, and there's my black underwear, my Calvin Kleins, and this 3-foot streak of orange stuff all over the grass. I got in my truck and sped out of there like a bullet. I was like, oh my god, everybody saw me. I don't even spewing tang out of my ass.
Oh god.
Freaking orange stuff just like all over. It was
It's
like hazmat. And then I called JT. I'm like, JT, you're not even gonna believe it. Like,
I didn't see it, but you did such a good job describing it the first time. I have a picture in my.
Oh, I can see it. I can see it. I can see your burning ham right now.
Like the tufts of grass, like it's they were like kind of on the dry. It was towards the end of the summer, and oh my god,
you're just lucky the wind wasn't blowing or something.
Yeah, I'm good for shitting my pants at least once a year.
Once
a year, a good one.
It
happens. I have dropped off underwear in every part of this town, dumpsters, garbage cans. In men's dressing rooms.
It's funny. It's Kat, or was it Kathy or Christina? Christina, she says, "Do you ever not think of this when you drive by that section of Dodge? It's like, oh, he's got locations all over town. He can't go."
I could actually do like Pokemon and have a map. And you could I could sell a game, and you put pins everywhere where I've been, and go happened. Right, and go and visit the scene of the crime.
Google and drop a pin so we can all see all your locations.
Actually,
I dropped more than a pin.
Yeah.
May have just cleared this up for some people that remember that from years ago. Like, I saw that guy.
Right.
That was John.
Oh shit.
Exactly.
Literally.
Oh my goodness. I got nothing that can even hold a candle to any of this today.
No,
I really don't. Between that story and the back of your leg and charcuterie, I feel just inadequate. I do.
Pat, are you just gonna go home and lay down?
Yeah, maybe. Or I might just lay here on the floor. Just floor. Yeah. But it's crazy how it's not like I don't feel sick. It's just I feel same full as I did last night. Like I don't feel zero hunger. I drank water. I bet I won't eat all day.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Once you finally poop, you'll feel better.
Yeah, tell that to those 4 milk duds that landed about an hour ago. A lot of cheese.
More water. That's it. That's all you got.
Hydrate.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my God. Let's see what else. Oh my God, you guys. All right, so
I mean, I don't know where
What
else
a
we can go from
mess.
there other than Johnny thanks.
what a mess of a show.
That was Pat's fault. As soon as he all of a sudden I looked at my hat and I was like, oh my gosh, I remember that orange color. Like the Tums. As soon as he said the Tums, I'm like, oh no.
Oh no.
Flashback.
PTSD, flashback. Take
PTSD.
this hat off.
Now you always think about when you think of that when you put that hat on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not Hunter Orange, it's Tums Orange.
Gross.
All right, so what do you got planned this weekend? What are you doing? They said heat advisory tomorrow is going to be smoking hot.
It's been hot. We just we'll be tagging little goats' ears and doing all kinds of stuff because of our little goat babies and stuff. And I got a big trial at the end of the month. I have a deposition in Florida on Monday that I'm flying out to. So I've got a bunch of work and stuff, but I got a lot of stuff done this week, so I don't feel as stressed going into this weekend because I'm on top of it.
Good. And you're probably excited too because now we are, officially what, 4 weeks out or 3? No, 1, 2, 3 weeks out.
Mhm.
I'm already like trying to get my fantasy football teams together. JT, do you do? Because Pat, you don't do fantasy football, do you?
I don't. I'm going to try this. I know.
He's doing it. We have to do it this year as Pat and JT with Andrew, who's our sports guy.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to reach out to me. I wonder if they have a team available still.
I'll find out and make sure.
Yeah, find out because I love it. So I'm in 2 other leagues, and I dropped 1 league, so I am looking for a 3rd league.
Okay.
And then JT, if you want to play in a league, and my friends and family, I have 1 spot left.
Do you really? I may do that. I haven't done it for a long time.
It's a winner take all, and I have a traveling trophy, and your name goes. It's a really nice trophy. It's like this big.
Not like there's any chance I'll take it, but
yeah, hey, you never know. Yeah, but if you want to play, and then we do our draft, and it's a mix of live and remote. And I'd like to do it closer to the start of the season, so that way, if there's any preseason injuries, people don't have people on their roster or on their bench that just they have to dump later. Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get on that. I'll find out.
Talk to Andrew. He was supposed to reach out to me, so hopefully there's still a spot available because I would love to play.
Will do. Good
Andrew
job.
in the toilet today, so I wouldn't expect much.
Pat's not going to be traveling.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll know where to find him.
Tums McGee.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys. All right. Well, good deal.
Thank you guys for joining us. That was fun. I
know.
Yeah, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I would say Instagram. One of these days they'll do Instagram from where we stream from, but it's Twitter, Facebook.
Oh no, you froze up again. What is up with that today? It's so weird. And now you're wonky. Your eyes are wonky now.
He looks like he's about to drop a deuce.
That's what I'm wondering. It's like I wonder if that has something. I'm going to try and get a picture of him. I kept trying to. Oh my God! Every time I go to
we're going to try to take a picture.
Freeze again.
Yeah, you're like this.
Every time I've tried to take a picture is when it unfroze.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks everybody for watching, listening. If you're listening, watch us every Friday at 9-ish or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, and one last thing too, real quick. Storm Chasers are playing this weekend too. They're at home.
Oh, fun. Nice.
So if you want to get out and check out Storm Chasers, they'd love to have you come out and see them and watch the ball game. They got shade. They got
Are they
beer.
playing tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, because today seems like it'll be pretty decent. Tomorrow it's going to be a scorcher.
Yes. Yeah. So if you're looking for something to do, that would be a good thing to do. And they have lots of bathrooms from what I understand, Pat.
Right? And a lot of grass. A lot of grass if you can't make it. Just right there on the berm.
I just bring my own bathroom with me wherever I go.
That gets expensive.
Everywhere is a bathroom for me.
With that toilet paper you use, it's
I don't need doors or buildings or water or toilet paper or anything. I just need time and opportunity.
Time, opportunity in your underpants.
Uh-huh.
Right. And a spare in the glove box.
Well, thank you
It's
guys
not
for
for what
listening on that one. Oh my
It's not what people think it is. It's not- Bye.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Huda Media Production.